slam by Rampage Jackson.
And that's it. That is all she wrote for Hercules right there.
Danielle Taylor throwing some heavy shots and ends the fight. Cutler is out. Insane airplane toss by Charles Krazy.
Landing takedowns. Huge knees, two huge knees.
And there she is, Ronda Rousey making her pro debut in excellent fashion. Jamie Colleen just destroying. Cutler says, no more, I'm out. And a quick look at our rules of combat based on 3 5-minute rounds, and of course 5 5-minute rounds for championship bouts. And of course in the amateur division that changed to 3 3-minute rounds, and of course 5 3-minute rounds for championship bouts in the amateur division. It's based on the 10-point must system, judging criteria, and to get things started, we'll go ahead and throw it to the cage.
Well, let's keep this action rolling. King of the Cage proudly presents Cage Wars 33, third match of the evening, powered by Modern Classic Motors. Modern Classic Motors plus Grand Junction, Harley-Davidson, BMW, and KTM. This match brought to you by Peterson Nolan, attorney at law, and by Pioneer Materials West Slope. Sanctioned by the Colorado State Athletic Commission. Gene McAvoy presiding. Your attending physician, Dr. Roy Mears. At cage side, your 3 judges, Dina Beta, Mark Van Tyne, and Tim Mills. And in charge of the action, referee Tom Johnson. This is 3 rounds of mixed martial arts at the Red Rock Nissan. Contract weight of 155 pounds. And now, making their Andy's Liquor Mart cage walk to the Red Rock Hyundai Fighter Inspection Station. Let's bring in that red corner, Trenton Houck.
Trenton Houck now making his way to the cage side. Houck is a very aggressive, very fiery fighter. He does cater more to the ground fighting, so he may be going for an early takedown or trying to at least knock his opponent down by force. Tonight is Houck's first fight as an amateur as well. He's looking to pick up that first win. Many fighters here tonight are debuting their careers here, trying to really make something out of themselves. It's often, you know, these amateur bouts that end up being far more exciting half of the time because these guys are just throwing it all out there. As Trenton Houck heads inside the cage.
And now, let's bring in that blue corner, Angel, the Panther Diaz.
Next up to the cage is Angel Diaz. Diaz, another amateur prospective fighter, looking for his first win here tonight. Both of these fighters are going to come out fresh and hard because, I mean, this is their first fight, you know, first amateur bout here on King of the Cage in Grand Junction, Colorado. They're definitely going to be putting it all out on the table tonight. Sure, we're in for a very action-packed bout. Now Diaz stands at 5 feet 5 inches tall. He's also a Colorado native. He's fighting out of the lightweight class. Now Diaz has much more of a stand-up game. He's got great hands, very fast, very agile, and he's able to pop off a lot of shots and a lot of damage in a very short span of time. And you know, he kind of has to. He's at 5'5". He's usually at a height disadvantage, at a reach disadvantage. However, he does not let that stunt him whatsoever. Comes into the cage throwing heat every single time. Angel Diaz enters the cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing green and black, official weight 152 pounds, from Grand Junction, Colorado, representing Smash Mouth, Trenton Houck. And across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and gray, official weight 152 pounds, from Grand Junction, Colorado, representing Golden Fights MMA and Team Gold Rush, Angel, the Panther Diaz. And now giving instructions, referee Tom Johnson.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules earlier. I expect a clean, fair fight. Listen to me at all times and protect yourself at all times. Just touch gloves and get after it.
Here we are, round number 1, Angel Diaz versus Trenton Houck. Diaz comes in strong, just swinging. Lands a couple of nice strikes to the head.
I think that takedown by Houck just came from those hits, him going head down. And his reaction was like, hey, let me go grab a leg.
Houck just trying to defend here. Diaz back up to his feet, throwing some more strikes. Houck trying to take things down to the ground. Definitely looks like a little more comfortable with the ground game and the jiu-jitsu. But Diaz is much more of a boxer, much more of a stand-up fighter. He's going to try and keep it up here as long as he can. Nice body kick. Knocks Houck to the ground. Diaz coming to close in. Once again, Houck going for a takedown attempt, but it's very weak.
I like how Diaz, even though, when he connects with Houck, he doesn't rush in. He's watching, just biding his time, like, okay, I connected here, and then we just make everything count.
Exactly, not missing a single opportunity here. Once again, Houck going in for another takedown attempt, but it's just not enough. He's going in blind and slow. And Diaz, all he has to do is just take a couple steps back, let him dive in, and then take more hits down to the head.
And like right here, he's carrying Diaz's weight. I mean, he walked forward right now, just had Diaz on his butt, but most of the time, Diaz just has his weight on him. Diaz looking over to his corner for some advice.
Houck trying to get the advantage here now. Throwing in some strikes on Diaz, but again, strikes the back of the head. 2 times too many. They don't mess around out here. If they catch it, they're gonna call it. And right there, you see at least 2 clean strikes right to the back of the head.
I mean, Diaz turned his head, and Houck just kept punching.
Yep.
And that's
it's
where
like you have to adjust.
Yeah. You get away with 1 on that turn, but after that, hey, you got to be knowing he turned his head.
Houck once again trying to get that takedown. It's just not working out for him. Diaz goes right back in, backs up, gets a leg this time. It's a nice sprawl on Diaz. Now Houck just forcing his way through. Diaz, though, trying to twist his body, not letting Houck getting too close, but now Houck trying to throw some strikes down. Just under 30 seconds left in this round. Last 10 seconds here.
Well, Diaz doing a good job of tying Houck up so he can't do no damage to him, even though he's on his dominant position right here.
That's it for round number 1. Let's take a look at the replay. I definitely got to get it to Angel Diaz for this round. He was just laying down so much damage. On top of, Houck accidentally getting those back of the head shots. Houck's definitely got to be on extra careful for the rest of this fight. But Diaz, look at the connection, able to pop in, get a 2-shot off, back up, go back in, get 3 shots off, back up. And it just worked for him every single time.
No, it did. There's no arguing that.
We'll see what he has to bring to the table coming up for 2. Houck versus Diaz. Diaz coming off of a very strong first round. We'll see if Houck can change things up. He still looks like he's got lots of energy and lots of power left. It's just a matter of if he can utilize them correctly and efficiently. Diaz pushes away, but he locks onto that leg, doesn't quite get rid of him.
He ends up on top, which is good, but he's going to get it right here.
Diaz now just laying it down.
Huckner needs to let go of that leg.
And that's it. They're going to call it. Great finish from Diaz. Just lays it down. Let's check out the replay right here. Tony, why don't you break that down for us?
You know what? It was simple. I mean, Hawk doing the same thing he does, going for that takedown. Diaz ending up getting on top right here. He wouldn't let go of the leg. Diaz just took full advantage, by headshots.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big round of applause for these two? Trenton Hawk and Angel Diaz. Great matchup. The end comes at 25 seconds of round number 2. Your winner, by way of technical knockout, Angel the Panther Diaz. What a personality. 3 rounds of mixed martial arts. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red and black, official weight 165 pounds, from Grand Junction, Colorado, representing gold in fights, Jonathan Phillips. And across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white, trimmed in black, official weight 162 pounds, from Grand Junction, Colorado, representing gold in fights and Team Gold Rush, Brad Montel. Now giving instructions, referee Tim Mills.
Okay, gentlemen, I gave you instructions earlier. Let's fight clean and fair and protect yourself at all times. Questions out of the red corner, questions out of the blue corner, touch gloves. Let's fight.
Here we are, round number 1, Brad Montel versus Jonathan Phillips. Both fighters getting ready here, and they'll start. Some big shots getting thrown back already. Catches the leg. Montel gets thrown to the ground, but still holding on to that head. Taking some body shots on the way out. Phillips continuing to drive forward.
Phillips got to be careful with that head. He's not in a bad position because of the way he's got Montel up against Cage. But if, he sinks in a little more and stretches those legs out, Montel could get a finish right here. And Montel is cranking. There it is.
And it looks like that's it. Very subtly, very sneakily, just slid that right in, let it tighten up, and did the job for him. Let's take a look at the replay. Right off the bat, he was dealing a lot of damage. He took a lot of damage. Phillips did on the route to that takedown, that spinning takedown there.
Yeah, he did everything he could take him down. He took him down, but then right here, he just wasn't aware or paying attention to where his head and neck was, and that's where Montel just took advantage.
You can see it right there. He was raising up for a fist and realized, oh, that's tweaking the wrong way.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 53 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by way of technical knockout, Brad Montel. Let's bring in that red corner, Johnny the Diamond Logan.
Now making his way to cage side, Donnie Logan. Now Logan coming out of Golden Fights here under Andrew Yates. Now, Logan is not a fresh amateur. He has definitely been in the cage several times before. He's looking to pick up that third win here tonight. His record currently stands at 2 wins and 2 losses. He's looking to disrupt that equality, try to get on the winning side. Now, Logan is fighting out of the featherweight class. His current height stands at 6 feet tall. And now he's got a massive reach at 73. You know, most of the guys fighting in this featherweight class are usually typically shorter, doesn't have as much of a reach. Similar to his opponent, Alex Jones, who's definitely going to be at a disadvantage at that point. Logan mentioned in his pre-fight interview that, you know, he's used to fighting guys that are 5'8" and below. He's always used to, you know, using that reach to his advantage, keeping that distance between them. And now Logan is a hybrid fighter. He's a good striker, good grappler. We'll see what he could bring to the table as he heads inside the cage.
And now, let's bring in that blue corner, Alex True Grit Jones.
Now making his way to the cage side, the challenger, Alex Jones. Alex Jones, of course, he's an amateur that we've seen here at King of the Cage many times before, always putting on a fantastic fight. The guy's tough as nails. He's got heavy, heavy hands, great knockout capability, but that's not even where his real talents lie. Now, he has a fantastic ground game as well. His jiu-jitsu is very experienced, but honestly, as he was saying in his interview, he likes to duke it out a little bit, so I'm thinking we may just get a knockout. Who knows? Like I was mentioning before, though, he is going to run into some issues closing that distance because Logan not only has the height advantage, but the reach advantage over him, and it's going to make it very difficult for Jones to get in close and dish out some damage. Jones is looking to pick up his 7th win here tonight, and we'll see if he can do it as he heads inside the cage.
This is 3 rounds of mixed martial arts at the Red Rock Nissan contract weight of 135 pounds. And now introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and gray, official weight 136 pounds, from Grand Junction, Colorado, representing Golden Fights and Team Gold Rush, Donnie the Diamond Logan. And across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trimmed in black, official weight 133 pounds, from Aztec, New Mexico, representing Zia Fighting Club, Alex True Grit Jones. And now giving instructions, referee Tim Mills.
Okay, gentlemen, gave you instructions earlier. Fight clean and fair, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves, let's fight.
Here we are, round number 1, Alex Jones versus Donovan Logan. And they're off. Jones, of course, we've seen him at King of the Cage here before. He's got a very strong amateur record, always brings a great fight to the table, and always down to fight anyone. Donnie Logan, new to King of the Cage, but not new to fighting whatsoever. He's looking to defend this takedown here. Logan definitely having that reach advantage and height advantage. Nice pull from Jones. Gets Donnie Logan to the ground.
Same thing, you know, Jones got to be careful with that neck. These guys, man, they're just for that take. They go for that takedown, and they put their head right there and leave themselves open for that guillotine.
Exactly, and it's not a fun place to be in.
No, and I mean it's so easy to get the guillotine when someone gives it to you like
exactly,
this.
yes, because more often than not, especially in the cases that we've seen tonight, you know, it's the opponent doing it to themselves more so than the fighter is. All the guy's got to do is lock the head in, stay tight.
Uh-huh. I mean, Jones did a good job getting over the side control, so avoid that choke. Now they're both standing here. Both got a guillotine on each other. And it's just about, you know, fight your way out.
Jones blocks that kick, moves in. He's just trying to close that distance, make some quick, swift strikes. Now looking for another takedown. Logan doing a good job, hitting the belly, side of the ribs. Jones looking to capitalize here.
Gotta watch those up kicks.
Yeah, nobody likes a hard heel to the jaw.
Not at all.
Jones continuing to keep the pace moving. Just under 38 seconds left in this fight. Jones continuing to do some ground and pound here, definitely picking up some points, keeping things busy.
Yeah, he's making it hard for Logan to, you know, do anything to get up because of that ground and pound. You know, he's moving positions and he's striking at the same time. So hits is, you know, you just can't get up cleanly when you get hit on.
And that's it for round number 1. Let's take a look at the replay here. Both fighters putting on a great performance. Pretty much stalemated. Jones definitely picking up some points for damage, but Logan definitely keeping things locked down in the ground game.
Welcome back, Danielle.
Yeah, Jones, you know, took him down, no problem. But he got his head in a bad position, was able to get out of it, no problem. And, you know, dominated in the sense of the takedowns and controlling, you know, Logan on the ground. But didn't do that much damage because Logan was, you know, defending himself good and tying up Jones decent enough to not really take severe damage.
Yeah, we'll really have to see how it develops coming up in round number 2 after the break. Stay tuned.
King of the Cage on MAV TV will return after this. Tonight's presentation of King of the Cage is brought to you by Lucas Oil, made in America, sold to the world, and by General Tire, anywhere is possible.
Here we are, round number 2. Welcome back. We're continuing the fight between Alex Jones and Donnie Logan. Both fighters coming off of a pretty strong first round. We'll see how they develop. Alex Jones just barely missing that distance. Donnie Logan.
Logan, yeah, he's using that reach. He's stretching his arms as punch. All his punches coming wide, long.
Definitely, no, exactly. You know, he was even saying in his interview, you know, he's used to fighting, especially in his weight class. He's a very tall guy, very lanky guy. He's used to always fighting guys who are short, around the 5'8" area. That definitely always comes to an advantage to him. But Alex Jones sure does whatever he can to eliminate that advantage here, taking things down to the ground. Logan's starting to look a little fatigued here. Alex Jones passes this guard.
Well, it's always worse when you're fighting a takedown and you get taken down, and you're like, man, and then you get, you know, you start over again, and then you fight the takedown again, and you get taken down. You're like, man, it wears on you.
It's all that energy, exactly.
Yeah.
You're like, where did it go?
Where did it go, and why am I down here?
And now Logan leaving his back exposed. Alex Jones already got that body triangle locked in. Logan trying to roll out of this, but you know, with that body lock, he's not going anywhere.
He's pretty much stuck to you. He's part of you right now. Once you get that body lock off, you know, he's going to stay there until the end. He's got to fight that arm off with both hands right there from the wrist. You know, if you get that one around the neck, it ain't going to be the same as fighting the one that's going around your head.
And that's it. There's the tap. And it looks like Alex Jones takes the win from rear naked choke. And he was working for it for quite some time. You know, he was trying to get at that from the very first round. And, you know, it finally paid off for him, got that takedown. I think he realized, you know, a lot of times Alex Jones, as he said in his interview as well, you know, he likes to stand up. He likes to throw it out, slug it out as much as he can. You know, but in this situation, you're going up on a guy that's got, you know, however many inches on you in reach. He had to close that distance, and he did exactly what he needed to do and did it well.
Logan just messed up on not grabbing the hand and pulling it down away from the throat. You know, he grabbed the wrong hand, and that's where, you know, he got choked out.
How about a round of applause for these two? One hell of a matchup. The end comes at 1 minute 56 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by way of submission, Alex True Grit Jones. Donnie, you didn't get to use your stand-up the way you'd like to. Tough kid. Man, I was so excited to see you in here tonight. You had some good moments. Take us through the fight the way you saw it.
I just want to say thank you to everybody. You know, I came in here, put on a show. I'm sorry it didn't turn out the way I wanted it, but he's a tough kid. You know, he knew what I was coming in here to do. Start out the fight, came in, wanted to use my reach a little bit. My whole goal was to try to take him down. He beat me to it. Had a guillotine in. It was pretty tight. My hands just gave out. Wasn't able to get that gable grip like I wanted. Second round coming in, I caught him a couple good times. Tried to get him on the cage. Shot in, single leg. Got me, put me down. At the end, he didn't really have it very tight. I bit down too hard on my mouthpiece and swallowed the back part of my mouthpiece. So I couldn't breathe, so it forced me to tap. I do want a rematch. You know, sooner or later, kid's a tough kid. I just want to come out with that W next time.
You just seemed to be able to control that fight the way you wanted to. Take us through who you train with. Tell us a little bit about what happens down there in New Mexico, and bring us up to speed on Alex True Grit Jones.
Yeah, so I mean, it's the same as what I was saying during the interview. It's I train down at Zia Fight Club. We do a little bit of everything. You know, we try to make sure if one thing's not working, we got more tools to work with. So just used everything I had to in this fight and called it that.
Well, we got to see a good exhibition of your ground. What's your preference? What do you really like to work when you're in here? A little bit of everything. Obviously, you're talented, well-rounded, but what pieces do you really enjoy the most?
You know, I like winning, so I mean, whatever I got to use. In this instance, I would have liked to have done some more striking with him, but that reach was killing me. I felt like I couldn't reach out and touch him. He didn't hit me too much. I made it a point to get in too close for him to use that reach advantage, and we went from there.
Well, I tell you what, that's one of the things about being a consummate professional in the sport is ability to adapt to whatever comes at you. You got a guy that you got some length and can use your stand-up with, do it. You got a guy tall like Donnie, able to go the other direction. You obviously are able to do that. Tell us about the guys you're training with. These guys had a great matchup with one of your guys. We look forward to having more of your team out here.
Yeah, I mean, we've got an assortment of guys. We got more wrestlers back home. We got a younger kid that used to do karate. He kicks us all in the face on a regular basis. We got a pretty good variety. I have a lot of good training partners, so I'm very thankful for them.
Well, I tell you what, it's a real pleasure to have you in here. You've been nothing but a true gentleman the whole time you've been here. It's a pleasure for Grand Junction and the whole team to welcome you in here. We look forward to having you back.
Well, I'm glad to be here, and thanks for the welcome.
Grand Junction, Western Colorado, King of the Cage proudly presents Cage Wars, 6th match of the evening. Powered by Modern Classic Motors and Grand Junction Harley-Davidson. BMW, and KTM. This match brought to you by Acme Chop Shop and by Acme Chop Shop's sponsored KBC Custom Built Cars Education Program. This match sanctioned by the Colorado State Athletic Commission. Attending physician Dr. Roy Mears. At cage side, your three judges, Dean Abeda, Mark Van Tyne, and Tim Mills. And in charge of the action, referee Tom Johnson. This is 3 rounds of professional MMA at the Red Rock Nissan. Contract weight of 135 pounds. And now, making their Andy's Liquor Mart cage walk to the Red Rock Hyundai Fighter Inspection Station. Let's bring in that red corner, Gino Running Hawk Pimento.
Now making his way to the cage side, Gino Pimento. Now Pimento is also a fresh amateur, 0-0, looking to get his first win here tonight. He's fighting out of the bantamweight class and stands at 5 feet 5 inches tall. Another hometown fighter. He is coming out here representing his state, representing his area. He's going to face off against the likes of Edison Charley. Now, Pimento is a pretty mixed fighter. He's got a little bit of stand-up. He's got a little bit of ground game. You know, it's really up for grabs what he's actually going to go for, but we'll have to just watch and find out as Gino Pimento heads inside the cage.
And now, making his Andy's Liquor Mart cage walk to the Red Rock Hyundai Fighter Inspection Station. Let's bring in that blue corner, Eddie Rocks Charley.
Now making his way to the cage side, Edison Charley. Edison Charley, another new amateur, up and coming. Great, fantastic boxer. The kid has crazy hands, you know, lots of power, lots of speed. You know, this guy's going to be able to dish out a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. He's also starting with a very fresh amateur record, 0-0, looking to pick up his first win here tonight. Of course, he's also fighting out of the bantamweight class. Originally from out of state in Wyoming. Looking to represent, possibly bring a knockout to the table. You know, as we've seen with these past bouts, like I've said before, you know, we've had a lot of action-packed, fast-paced, one-round bouts. We'll see if Edison Charley can keep it up. Now, if I'm going to make any predictions, I know Charley is a very heavy boxer. That's mainly what he trains in for the most part. He's going to want to keep things on the stand-up. I don't think he's going to want to go to the ground, let alone shoot for it. We'll just have to see how it plays out, see if he can secure something. Edison Charley heads inside the cage.
This is 3 rounds of professional mixed martial arts at the 135-pound weight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black and neon, official weight 134 pounds, from Carson City, Nevada, representing Golden Fights and Team Gold Rush, Gino Running Hawk Pimento. And across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black, official weight 131 pounds, from Wind River Reservation out of Riverton, Wyoming, representing Teton Athletic Club, Eddie Rocks Charley. Now giving instructions, referee Tom Johnson.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules earlier. I expect a clean, fair fight. Listen to me at all times to protect yourself at all times. Just touch gloves and get after it.
Here we are, Edison Charley versus Gino Pimentel, round number 1. And they're off. Now Charley, much more of a boxing background. Pimentel, more of a kickboxing. And whoa, big strike there. Definitely knocked the lights out of him for a second. And geez, just bouncing his head off the mat. Massive power coming from that kid. Let's take a look at the replay here. It happened so fast.
And you know what? He didn't slow down. That's why it happened fast. Because once the first shot came in, he just kept going until it was over.
And that was it. That's all he needed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 13 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by way of knockout, Eddie Rooks Charley.
Rudy Garcia, it's going to be his pro debut. He's from Las Vegas, Nevada. I think Las Vegas Krav Maga is where he trains from.
So I do know he's out of Dewey Cooper's camp. So I know his striking is going to be on point. He's out of Extreme Couture, so I know his grappling is going to be on point. As far as what we've done, we just stick to what we do. Sprawl and brawl, keep the fight standing, and that's it. No, nothing changes on our end.
Honestly, I've seen a little bit of him. I fought in Vegas like 3 years ago. I fought on the same card. Pretty much the same style as me. He's really unorthodox, real quick, real fast. I mean, if you're 125 to 130 pounds, you're going to be fast.
Knowing since we've trained with their camp before, I think that they know that's our strength. So the general consensus is they're probably going to set up some striking to go for the grappling. But again, you know, just sprawl and keep the fight standing.
I did Taekwondo when I was like 9 years old. Fell in love with Jiu-Jitsu at 12. You know, I'm a purple belt now under Luis Limao Heredia at my Jiu-Jitsu in Haiku.
Times that I fought back in Vegas, it's great. This is being the fact that I'm fighting Colorado is the whole aspect of it. I've been enjoying it out of state, kind of traveling the whole bit, get a good feel for it. So it's good. I like it.
And man, you can expect my best. You know, no disrespect. You know, this is business at the end of the day. You're gonna bring your best is what I would hope. I would feel disrespected if you didn't bring your best, and I'm gonna bring my best because that's what this is all about. Loser buys a Patron shot, my brother.
It's for my opponent, bro, man. Let's put on a show. Let's have fun, and you know, let's get after and make sure we these people get their money's worth out of our fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, King of the Cage proudly presents your Cage Wars main event of the evening. Your main event, powered by Modern Classic Motors. And check out the new Modern Classic Motors Plus lot, trucks, SUVs, Jeeps. And of course, our long-term partner, Grand Junction, Harley-Davidson, BMW, and KTM. This match brought to you by Impact Promotional Products, Screen Printing and Embroidery. Sanctioned by the Colorado State Athletic Commission. Gene McAvoy presiding. Our attending physician, Dr. Roy Mears. At cage side, your 3 judges, Dina Beta, Mark Van Tyne, and Tim Mills. And in charge of the action, referee Tom Johnson. There he is. This is our main event of the evening. 3 rounds of professional mixed martial arts at the Red Rock Nissan. Contract weight of 135 pounds. And now, making their Andy's Liquor Mart cage walk to the Red Rock Hyundai Fighter Inspection Station. Let's bring in that red corner. Pololu, the Taro Patch Kid, Nakanalua.
Now making his way to the cage side, Pololu Nakanalua. Nakanalua hailing from Hawaii. He's fighting out of the bantamweight class, standing at 5 feet, 9 inches tall. Now this is a professional fight, as I was mentioning the difference before. 3 rounds, 5 minutes apiece. Now Nakanalua is looking to pick up his 3rd professional win here tonight. He is 2-0, currently undefeated. Definitely looking to secure that win and keep that streak going. But he has the likes of Rudy Garcia standing in his way. Now, him and his opponent have very similar fighting styles. They're very quick, very agile, lots of stand-up, lots of ground game. You know, these are professionals. They're very diverse. They have to have good ground game. They have to have good stand-up. They can't just favor one. Obviously, they're going to have their preferences, but, you know, they're going to have to be very mixed, you know, within the cage. Rudy Garcia coming in here with some great ground game and stand-up as well. Nanakalua looking to put him down. And, you know, and surprisingly for a bantamweight fighter, Nanakalua has huge power behind his punches. He's got a lot of muscle, a lot of strength. We'll see if he can, I'm sure he's going to show it in the cage here tonight as he heads in.
And now, making his anti-liquor mart cage walk to the Red Rock Hyundai Fighter Inspection Station. Let's bring in that blue corner, Rudy El Matador Garcia!
Now making his way to the cage side, Rudy Garcia. Garcia, another professional. He's actually making his professional debut here tonight, looking to pick up his first win. He's got a fresh record, 0-0. He's also fighting out of the bantamweight class, standing at 5 feet 7 inches tall. Garcia also fighting out of state from Nevada. He's looking to pick up his first win. As I was saying before, the guy has great ground game, has a good stand-up. He's very quick, very agile. As I said, very similar opponent, you know, very similar to his opponent, Pololu. They're both basically have identical fighting styles. They're both going to be throwing a lot of kicks, a lot of strikes back and forth. I'm sure one of them's going to shoot at some point once they realize it stagnates in the stand-up. And however, if things get taken down to the ground, though, I think Garcia has a fantastic ground game. I think it would be good for him. Like I said before, these are professionals. They have to know, you know, they have to be good at everything. You know, you can't just focus on just one area. They have to be very well-rounded because it's expected in this division. And these bantamweight fighters, you know, they're some of the toughest fighters that we've seen. They're lightweight. They got a lot of energy, lots of stamina. We'll see how Rudy Garcia stands as he heads inside the cage.
And now, for the fight fans in attendance and those joining us on future King of the Cage telecast, this is our main event of the evening. Grand Junction, are you ready? It's go time! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black, yellow, and red. Official weight 129 pounds from Haiku, Maui. Representing Black Cobra Striking Systems and Extreme Couture MMA. Pololua, the Taro Patch Kid, Nakanelua. And across the cage, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black, official weight 132 pounds from Las Vegas, Nevada. Representing Las Vegas, Krav Maga, Rudy El Matador Garcia. And now giving instructions, referee Tom Johnson.
All right, gentlemen, we went over the rules earlier. I expect a clean, fair fight. Listen to me at all times and protect yourself at all times. Let's touch gloves and get after it.
Pololu Nakanalua versus Rudy Garcia coming up. This is our main event of the night. We're about to start round number 1. And they're off. Now both these fighters, very similar fighting styles. You know, they both strike fast, strike hard. They got a great diversity, good ground game, good stand-up. I think this is a perfect test for each fighter. Nice kick from Nanakalua. Nanakalua keeping up that aggression.
Those kicks to the body, man. Ooh. You're gonna
Catches
feel them
the
later.
kick. takes down Garcia quickly. Nanakalua doing a good job keeping that pressure, closing space. Garcia not really letting him do much. Garcia now up against the fence, defending those strikes well, not taking too much damage.
He's giving some good pressure on Garcia right here. I mean, using whole weight against him, pinning him down, ground and pound. I mean, it's great to see the way he's using his cage and his body weight on Garcia.
Nanakalua stands back up, laying down more strikes, not giving Garcia a second to breathe. Garcia, though, trying to fight back, staying busy, doing what he can, really.
Good job by Nanakalua, moving off to the side control right there, off those kicks that Garcia was throwing.
Nanakalua keeping Garcia in a very awkward position, keeping him all tied up.
Garcia threw a knee, but was off balance enough for Nanakalua just to grab that leg and pull him straight down. And that's those efforts where I get frustrated as a fighter, where I get up and I go right back down. I was like, what just happened?
Exactly.
You know, I go, it's easy to get up, but then, man,
all of a sudden, right back down.
Yep, and
start all over.
Pounded on.
Plenty of time still left in this round, just over 2 minutes. Nanakalua doing a fantastic job so far, keeping control, dominating the pace of this fight.
Good job by Garcia using that fence to, stand up and, pin Nanakalua down so he can't get hit. Getting his hooks in right there, making sure Garcia goes nowhere.
Nanakalua taking his time, staying calm and collected, now moves his way past guard. Rudy Garcia could be in a very bad position right now. Dropping some elbows. A couple of those made some good connection right there. Garcia now ending up on top, turning out of things. Nanakalua locking onto that arm. Garcia now pounding away, getting some time to do some damage. And Nanakalua sure can take a punch, but Garcia is going to keep pounding down.
I say, but those punches are the only thing that saved Garcia from that arm bar. Because, Nanakalua had that armbar good, but
look at these guys just tearing each other apart.
That's what it's about right there. Ground and pound. If the submission ain't there, ground and pound always is.
Exactly. 10 seconds left in this round. Oh, and it looks like they're all tied up here. Tried to go for that armbar, didn't quite get it. Saved by the bell. No discredit to Rudy Garcia. He looks totally fine. He definitely did not take too much of a beating, as much as Nanakalua was trying to inflict upon him, and he was able to deal some damage right there towards the end. We'll see if he can pick it up though, and be a little more dominant in the next round.
Yeah, I mean he was trying the whole round to get up, get out, and just toward the end of the round he managed to get on top, and he took full advantage of it.
Stay tuned. Round number 2 is coming up next. Round number 2, once again, this is our main event of the night here in Grand Junction, Colorado. And they're off. Nanakalua versus Garcia. Nanakalua coming off of a very strong first round. Definitely dominated the majority of it, was able to dish out a lot of damage and a lot of control.
Oh, Nanakalua seems a little more worn out. He's still got his power for sure.
Yeah, definitely
But
does
he
seem to be a
seems
little fatigued.
A little more fatigued than Garcia does.
Definitely spent more energy than Garcia did in that last round. Garcia looking to maybe make up for some lost time. Both fighters staying very light on their feet. Not overcommitting. Both fighters taking their time here. I think Garcia just really wants to make sure that when he goes in, you know, it's the perfect moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, he already knows what it's like to be on the ground and would have Nanakalua on top, and he don't want that.
Exactly.
So I mean, if he's gonna time it. You know, he's gonna strike him up, and when the timing's right. If he goes for a takedown, he goes for a takedown. If he happens to knock Nanakalua down, then he'll get on top. Hey, he'll get on top. But you don't want to rush anything like that, because usually when you rush it, it don't go your way.
Exactly. Rudy staying very cautious, staying right out of harm's way. Just looking to pick up shots wherever he can. He's been throwing a couple of nice kicks today. There it is, another body shot, and it's returned. And you could see the redness on his skin from Nanakalua's own kicks.
Oh, yeah.
Both fighters taking their time. Nobody wants to overcommit too far. They both understand that, you know, they are both forces to be reckoned with. Nanakalua probably using this time to get all that energy back that he used up in round number 1.
I would say the same. You know, he's using this time because it's working to his advantage. They're both throwing exactly the same shots back and forth.
Exactly.
So it's not like one's got an advantage right here, but the advantage comes for Nanakalua that he's getting his air back.
Right, you know, how long is it going to be until he takes him right back down to the ground and does what he did in the first round?
And there's that little fake, you know, to make him think. You do that, you make the opponent think you ain't going to throw the same. Oh.
Nanakalua comes in hard, catches him right on against the cage.
And that's what I'm talking about, you know. Fake the shot, come in with those heavy hits. And now he's going for a shot. He should back out, though.
There's that foot stomp once again. Minute and 45 seconds left in this round. They still got lots of time.
You know, see right here, Garcia, he's just letting Nanakalua rest and get dominant position right here. He should be striking him right here.
Exactly. Garcia needs to be staying busy.
Yeah. You can't just give this is giving the round away right here. You can say I was fighting the takedown. But
there it is. He had all the time in the world to think about how he was going to set it up, how he was going to do it, muster up all that energy.
Not worried about getting hit or having to readjust.
Garcia dropping down some elbows now. Nanakalua approaching from the side mount, trying to pass this guard here.
I'd say they were pretty evenly on their stand-up, and right here, this might have given Nanakalua a slight advantage. Just because he got the takedown, he's on top, and he's keeping him here. You know, that's what Garcia didn't want. I mean, right now, round 2 could have gone either way, but with this little spot, I think, you know, Nanakalua took the advantage.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with only 30 seconds, less than 30 seconds left in this round, there's not really much that Garcia can do to come back from this. In the third round, you know, he's going to have to look for a finish or, you know, do something devastating.
Yeah, because, I mean, right now, like I said, to me, Nanakalua stole this round just with this little takedown.
Exactly. As soon as things got clinched up on the cage, started aiming towards him. And from then on, he's been in control. Even now, right there, slips in the full mount. Doesn't have a lot of time left, but he made it there.
Yeah.
It's a great performance from both of these two. We'll see what comes up in round number 3. Let's take a look at the replay
Let
first.
them here at Grand Junction. Yolanda presents round number 3.
You see they're going back and forth. No clear advantage. No one's like, Garcia's getting worked or Nanakalua's getting worked. They're both going back and forth. But then when that takedown comes in, Nanakalua's got dominant position. He holds it.
Stay tuned for round number 3. Here we are, third and final round of the night. Nanakalua versus Garcia. They've put up a great fight these last 2 rounds. Garcia, though, has really got to pick it up there round, really got to pick up the pace, try to deal some more damage, do something significant here. Catches the leg, though. Nanakalua looking for another takedown. Garcia not going to let it happen so easily.
Garcia does have to break away. He doesn't want to be right. He wants to be striking.
Garcia just barely missing that spinning back elbow. The referee calling for Nanakalua. Be careful of putting those toes in the cage.
You don't think about it, but sometimes it's just habit. It's not my hands, it's my feet.
Right.
Same thing, you just can't grab.
Yeah, I've seen plenty of guys get out of things from just a foot being grabbed onto a cage.
Yep.
It's happened before, it'll happen again. Nanakalua now at a lower altitude here. Comes in with a very heavy strike. I mean, I don't know how much that cost him in energy, but
I'd say it cost him a lot, but it was a good fireman's carry right there.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Flipped him completely over. Nice execution right onto the back. Let's hope he didn't gas himself off of that, though.
Well, you know what, though? Even if he took a lot of energy, but look where he's at. He's on top. He's resting. I waste a lot of energy.
Yeah, and arguably landing a nice flip like that in front of everybody is probably a nice confidence booster. Get the adrenaline pumping.
And look now, he's got back control. He's got his hooks in. Going for your possible rear naked, but I mean, he's securing the lock right here. He's not just going anywhere or doing all this other stuff. He's relaxed.
Exactly.
Right here, it's up to Garcia to fight everything Nanakalua is putting on the table.
He's got plenty of time left. He's on the ground now. He's in his element. 2 minutes, 45 seconds.
Oh, yes, trying to soften him up right there.
Now Garcia is really going to find a hard time trying to turn this bout into his favor.
Man, Garcia's got a tough 2 minutes ahead of him right here. He's got to fight the rear naked. He's got those legs locked in on him right there, so it's hard for him to get away. When Nanakalua wants, he pulls his leg out and drops some heel kicks on his thigh. So, I mean, he's not making it easy at all for Garcia. Garcia, it's got to be an explosive turn right here. Just quick. Nanakalua was a little high, but look, he just adjusted, and Garcia led him.
Still on the back, bringing him right back down to the ground. Garcia not necessarily looking beat up or super tired, but he's just, looking like he's out of options, trying to find out what exactly he's going to do to turn this fight around for him.
Yeah, I mean, this could be the change right here. He got on top. He's got a minute 30. That's plenty of time to do some damage.
Exactly. Now he's just got to utilize that time effectively. Well, I'm sure Nanakalua is not going to make that a very easy task whatsoever. Garcia could be dropping those elbows a little more, doing whatever damage he can. And he looks like he managed to make him bleed.
mean, I think if Garcia wants to secure this round, he's got to be a lot more active than he is right now. You know, even if they're just submission attempts, you know, as long as they're different ones if they don't go through. But, you know, you get one of them, hey, it's over, sure. But if you're just holding him here, you know, not really doing much, little love taps, I don't know, man. It doesn't show much. You know, try and steal a round away.
Ten seconds left. And it looks like Rudy is out of time. I don't think he's going to be able to really turn this too hard into his favor. I mean, even this round, you know, until the second half, yes, he's been in control and on top and dealing some more damage. But for the first whole half, Nanakalua, again, was in the dominant position.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the replay. I mean, props to both these guys, made it through the whole 5 rounds. Definitely look like they can go another couple rounds. But Nanakalua just bringing that overwhelming strength.
Yeah, definitely, you know, that's where you see how Nanakalua had more control over the round. You know, he just showed more dominance through at the first half when he had control, opposed to when, you know, Garcia took over.
And we'll toss it to the judges for the final review.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight goes the distance. How about a round of applause for both Pololu and Rudy? 2 amazing fighters putting on a heck of a show for Grand Junction, Western Colorado. King of the Cage, Cage Wars, main event of the evening. We go to the scorecards. All 3 judges see this match 29-28 for your winner by way of unanimous decision. Pololu, the Taro Patch Kid, Nakanelua. Pololu, I tell you what, that was some action. But man, you definitely got caught with a little elbow there at the end, but holy cow, that was a hell of a toss at the end. The thing that I cannot get over is your ability to close distance on a taller guy using shift is amazing. Where you go from conventional to southpaw back, throwing kicks the whole walk in, versus just trying to come straight in. You come in firing, using that shift, and man, it hides your takedowns, it closes distance in a snap. You are fantastic at that. And it is really a treat to get to watch you in here perform, and I hope we have you back here a bunch. But Rudy, tough, man. Every time you think you got something, he's like slips out of it and comes back at you. Take us through the fight from your point of view.
Well, you know, man, I just want to start out and saying by Rudy, bruh, killer fighter, bro. Like, he came swinging, just like how I expected. You know, I'm going to start off by saying, bruh, my hands, I'm not like the top boxer in the world. I could afford to use my head a little bit more, move it. But like, bruh, I just work hard. I come from a team from Black Cobra Striking System, come from Maui Jiu-Jitsu back at home, Boogeyman Muay Thai, Extreme Couture MMA, Maui Martial Arts. I got so many people behind me that's always working hard, and that's the most consistent thing that we always do. I don't care how good you are, how fast you are. If you don't got heart, you don't got work ethic, you ain't got nothing.
Well, you know what? You are quick though, dude. You got some speed on you. But your speed is elusive because of the way it shifts southpaw back to conventional. It is a lot of fun to watch because that is a thing that is very rare to see. And then when you took him down, that big toss, man, was that a crowd pleaser or what? How hard was that to get that toss up there?
Hey, man, I aim to please, baby. You know, I'll come and help the crowd. They come spend some money. They show up. I got people driving from all the way from Fort Collins, from Hawaii, from all over the place just to come see me. You know, so I got to give them what their money paid for.
Well, I tell you what, it is a real pleasure. You've been a treat to have here. It's a pleasure to have you as a guest in our hometown, and I want to give you a chance to give a shout out to the folks that have been supporting you in training.
First and foremost, I gotta thank my people, bro. Kanakamali till I die. When I bleed, I sweat, I tear, I bleed for my people, I work for my people. We will defend Mauna Kea, Kukia Imana, get off our mountain. That's it. Oya Vale.
Fantastic. Pololu. I tell you what, it is a pleasure and one of the funnest names to announce, and a real treat, bro. I look forward to having you back in Grand Junction. How about a round of applause for Pololu, the Taro Patch Kid, Nakanala!